Stop. Don't scroll. Don't blink. And whatever you do, do not spend these coins. Right now, somewhere in your house, your car, or your pocket, there could be hidden wealth sitting there pretending to be nothing. A silent fortune people throw away every single day. Nobody talks about these, but collectors are fighting behind closed doors. And when one of these hits an auction, it causes real auction shock. I'm not joking. Check your pocket now, because these coins change everything. Each one we're about to show is rarer, scarier, and more valuable than the last. And the final one? It doesn't even feel real. Stay till the end, because missing even one of these could cost you a life-changing fortune. First up, imagine this. You're holding a penny that looks tired, dark, a little ugly. The kind of coin that feels like it's been to hell and back. The kind of coin you'd throw into a tip jar without a second thought. And that's exactly why this is dangerous. Because this is the type of coin that quietly steals hundreds of thousands of dollars from people who never realize what they just gave away. This is not fiction. This is one of those moments where most people miss this. And once it's gone forever. The year is 1941. And that year is not just a number. The United States is standing on the edge of something terrifying. The world is burning. War is about to drag America in completely. Factories are shifting. Pressure is everywhere. The economy is tense. The mint is working under stress, speed, and uncertainty. When a country is about to change forever, mistakes happen. Shortcuts happen. Dies get worn. Coins get rushed. And that's how quiet monsters like this one are born. This penny doesn't even have a mint mark. No little letter under Lincoln. Nothing. Just silence. And in the coin world, silence can be worth a fortune. On the front, you see Abraham Lincoln. Calm, serious, timeless. But look closer. The details matter. The way his coat looks. The way the fields around him should be smooth, but on many of these are rough, tired, and slightly uneven from stressed production. Flip it over and there they are. The 2 wheat stalks, framing the words, 1 cent. Simple, ordinary, invisible to everyone, except the people who know what they're looking at. And here's the trap. This coin is made mostly of copper, the way pennies used to be. It feels different in your hand. It has a certain density, a certain honest weight to it, about 3.11 grams, roughly 19 millimeters in diameter. Thin, about 1.5 millimeters thick. Small, modest, easy to ignore. But that little disc of metal carries the same kind of quiet power as a winning lottery ticket. Now think about this. This coin was born in a year when the mint was under pressure to produce massive quantities. Dies were used longer than they should have been. Quality control was not what it should have been. That creates subtle differences. Tiny details. Things collectors obsess over. The sharpness of the wheat lines. The look of Lincoln's jaw. The texture of the fields. The exact feel of the strike. And survival, that's the real miracle. Most 1941 pennies were spent. Lost. Melted. Destroyed. Scratched. Cleaned. Ruined. But a very small number survived in just the right way. Not pretty, not shiny, not perfect, but original. With their real skin still on them. Their real dirt. Their real dark antique surface. That old, honest toning is not damage. It's proof of life. It's proof the coin hasn't been messed with. And you need to hear this very clearly. Never clean this coin. Cleaning doesn't make it better. It kills it. Instantly, wipes out its history. Wipes out its value. Turns a 6-figure miracle into pocket change. This is why professional grading is critical. The difference between just a penny and $210,000 is not what you think. It's originality. It's untouched surfaces. It's authenticity. Collectors are obsessed with that. They don't want shiny. They want real. And when a real one shows up, the room changes. Auctions get quiet, then tense, then aggressive. 2, 3, sometimes more collectors who have been waiting for years suddenly start pushing against each other. Not because they want to flip it, not because they want to sell it, but because they want to own it, to lock it away, to hold it, to know they have something that almost nobody else on Earth can get. That's why supply keeps shrinking and demand keeps rising. Right now, an authentic 1941 wheat penny with no mint mark, in the right original, circulated, untouched condition, has sold for around $210,000. Let that sink in. A penny, a coin people throw on the ground, a coin people lose in couch cushions, a coin someone, somewhere, probably spent on a piece of gum. That's not just money. That's hidden wealth. That's a silent fortune. That's a life-changing opportunity disguised as something worthless. So what should you do? First, check your pennies, especially the dirty ones, the dark ones, the ugly ones, the ones you think are nothing. Second, look for the date, 1941 and no mint mark. Third, do not clean it, not even a little. Fourth, if you think you have something real, get it professionally graded. And most of all, do not spend this coin, because the biggest mistake people make isn't missing rare coins. It's throwing them away. Stay till the end of this video, because what comes next is even bigger. The next coin is rarer, more mysterious, and even more dangerous to ignore. And when you hear its story, this one will feel small in comparison. Next up, there's a special kind of heartbreak in the coin world, and it happens every single day. It's the moment someone looks at a weird, grey-spotted penny, wrinkles their nose, and says, "This one's ugly," and then spends it. And that's exactly how $136,000 disappears without a sound. This is one of those coins that doesn't look rich. It doesn't look important. It looks suspicious. And that's the trap. Because this coin doesn't scream value. It whispers fortune. The year 1956 feels calm on the surface. America thinks it's safe. The war years are behind it. The economy is moving. Suburbs are growing. But underneath that comfort, the mint is still under pressure. Demand for coins is exploding. Machines are running non-stop. Dies are being pushed longer than they should. And when speed and stress mix with metal, strange things are born. This one came out of Denver. You'll see the little D under the date. And that tiny letter is not decoration. It's a divider between ordinary and you're holding a fortune. On the front, Lincoln is still there, quiet, steady, watching. But on many of these rare survivors, the surface doesn't look normal. It has grayish, cloudy spots, almost like smoke trapped inside the copper. Some people think it's damage. Some think it's dirt. Some think it should be cleaned. And that single thought has destroyed more wealth than you can imagine. Flip it over, and the wheat stalks are still standing tall, framing 1 cent like they always have. Familiar, comfortable, boring. And that's why people miss it. This coin is mostly copper, the old-school kind. It has a certain gravity to it when you drop it in your hand. About 3.11 grams, around 19 millimeters across, roughly 1.5 millimeters thick, small, light, easy to underestimate. The kind of coin that disappears into a jar and never gets a second look. But here's what matters. In 1956, production pressure and metal quality created coins that aged strangely. Some developed these odd, ghostly gray surfaces. And in the collector world, original, untouched surfaces like that are not ugly. They are evidence. Evidence the coin hasn't been scrubbed, polished, or destroyed. And listen to this very carefully. Never clean this coin. Those gray spots, that skin, that's where the value lives. The moment someone tries to make it shiny, the magic is gone. Permanently. This is why professional grading is critical. Because the difference between a $1 curiosity and a 6-figure monster is something untrained eyes, production pressure and metal quality created. In 1956, production pressure and metal quality created coins that aged strangely. Some developed these odd, ghostly grey surfaces. And in the collector world, original, untouched surfaces like that are not ugly. They are evidence. Evidence the coin hasn't been scrubbed, polished, or destroyed. And listen to this very carefully. Never clean this coin. Those grey spots, that skin, that's where the value lives. The moment someone tries to make it shiny, the magic is gone. Permanently. This is why professional grading is critical. Because the difference between a $1 curiosity and a six-figure monster is something untrained eyes cannot see. Most of these pennies were spent, beaten, corroded, melted, or ruined by cleaning. The number that survived in honest, original condition is shockingly small. And that's why collectors don't chase these loudly. They hunt them quietly, patiently, sometimes for years. When one finally appears, the behavior in the room changes. There's no joking, no small talk, just focused eyes and tight jaws. Bidding doesn't jump, it stalks upward. Slow, then suddenly violent. Because the people in that room already know something everyone else doesn't. Another one might not show up for a very long time. And when the hammer falls, this is not theory. This is not hype. This coin has reached around $136,000. For a penny. For something people are still spending. For something that might be sitting in your house right now, quietly pretending to be nothing. That's not just money. That's hidden wealth. That's a silent fortune. That's the kind of coin that changes how a family lives. So here's what you do. First, look for 1956 and the D mint mark. Second, do not be scared of grey, cloudy, or weird surfaces. Third, do not clean it. Ever. Fourth, if you think you found something real, get it professionally graded and keep your mouth shut. Because patience is how collectors get rich, and impatience is how people destroy miracles. And do not spend this coin. Most people miss this. They always have. Stay right here, because what comes next is even bigger. The next coin is so rare, so strange, and so dangerous to ignore that compared to it, this one feels like a warm-up. Next up, some fortunes don't shine. Some fortunes look burned. Dark, old, almost like they survived a fire. And that's why this one gets murdered every day by mistake. Somewhere, someone is staring at a blackish, antique-looking penny and thinking, this thing is ruined. And a few seconds later, $158,000 is gone forever. This is one of those coins that punishes impatience and rewards only the people who know how to stop, breathe, and look twice. The year is 1951. America is in a strange in-between moment. The war is over, but the pressure isn't. The Cold War is tightening its grip. Money is moving fast. Industry is loud. The mint is pushing metal out the door at full speed, and when speed becomes the priority, perfection becomes optional. That's how rare survivors are created, not by intention, but by stress. This one came from San Francisco. Look under the date, and you'll see the small s. That tiny letter is the difference between just another wheat penny and you're holding a quiet monster. On the front, Lincoln looks the same as always. Calm, steady, almost too ordinary. But the surface around him tells a different story. On the right examples, the coin has this deep, dark, almost black, antique skin. Not shiny, not pretty, not friendly. It looks like it's been sleeping in a drawer for 70 years. Because it has. Flip it over, and the wheat stalks are still there, framing 1 cent, like a symbol from another era. Simple, honest, and incredibly easy to underestimate. This penny is mostly copper, from the old heavy era, before things got cheap. You can feel it. It weighs about 3.11 grams. It's roughly 19 millimeters across. about 1.5 millimeters thick, small, thin, quiet, the kind of coin that disappears into a pile and never gets noticed. And that's why people lose them. In 1951, the mint was working hard and fast. Dies were used longer than they should have been. Quality drifted. Tiny details changed from strike to strike. Some coins came out with surfaces that aged in strange, beautiful, dangerous ways. That dark, almost black tone. In the collector world, when it's original, that's not damage. That's history still attached to the metal. And this is where people destroy miracles. They try to fix it. Listen very carefully. Never clean this coin. Not gently. Not carefully. Not just a little. The moment that original skin is gone, the value collapses. Forever. This is why professional grading is critical. Because to an untrained eye, this looks like a dirty penny. To the right expert, it looks like a six-figure survivor. Most 1951 with S pennies never made it this far. They were spent, scratched, corroded, polished to death, lost. The number that survived with original, untouched, dark antique surfaces is tiny, shockingly tiny, and collectors know it. They don't rush these. They wait. They watch. They hold cash for years. And when one finally appears, the room doesn't get loud. It gets quiet, very quiet. Bidding doesn't jump. It creeps. Then, suddenly someone breaks and the numbers start climbing faster than anyone expected. Because everyone in that room knows the same terrifying truth. You might not see another one like this for a very long time. And when it's right, when it's real, this coin has reached around $158,000. For a penny. For something someone could be spending at a gas station. For something that might be sitting in your house right now, looking ugly and worthless and tired. That's not just money. That's hidden wealth. That's a silent fortune. That's the kind of coin that changes a life while pretending to be nothing. So here's what you do. First, check for 1951 and the S mint mark. Second, do not be afraid of dark, blackish, antique surfaces. Third, do not clean it. Ever. Fourth, if you think you found something real, get it professionally graded and don't rush anything. Because patience is what turns pennies into houses. And do not spend this coin. Most people miss this. They always have. And stay right here. Because the next coin makes this one feel almost reasonable. The next one is rarer, more controversial, and so dangerous to ignore that when you hear its story, you're going to want to check every single penny you've ever touched. Next up, there is a certain kind of coin that doesn't look old. It looks cursed, dark, heavy, almost like it absorbed something bad over the decades. And that's why this one gets thrown away, spent, or fixed every single day. Somewhere right now, someone is holding a black-shaded 1954 penny, thinking it's damaged, and they are about to erase $140,000 from their life without even knowing it. This is one of those coins that punishes fast decisions. 1954 is a strange year in America. The country looks stable on the outside, but underneath, everything is moving fast. The Cold War is tightening. Industry is roaring. Money is flying through the system. The mint is under constant pressure to keep up, and when production is pushed hard enough, something always gives. Dies get tired, metal quality shifts, strikes lose consistency, and that's when unintended rarities are born. This one came from Denver. Look under the date, and you'll see the D. That tiny letter is not small. It's a gate. On one side, ordinary pennies. On the other, a silent six-figure survivor. On the front, Lincoln is there like always. Calm, steady, almost boring. But the fields around him, on the right examples, look different. Dark, deep, almost black. Not shiny, not pretty, not friendly. Flip it over, and the wheat stalks are still standing, framing 1 cent like they've done for generations. It looks normal. That's the trick. This coin hides in plain sight. It's made mostly of copper, from the era when pennies still had real weight and presence. You can feel it the moment it hits your palm. About 3.11 grams, roughly 19 millimeters across, around 1.5 millimeters thick, thin, modest, easy to underestimate. The kind of coin that disappears into a pile and never gets a second thought. And that's how fortunes get lost. In 1954, the mint was running hot. Dies were used longer than they should have been. Quality drifted. Some coins came out and aged in strange, beautiful, dangerous ways. That deep black shade you see on the right examples? In the collector world, when it's original, that is not damage. That is untouched skin. That is proof the coin hasn't been scrubbed, polished, or murdered by good intentions. And this is where people make the worst mistake of their lives. Listen carefully. Never clean this coin. Not carefully. Not gently. Not even just to see what's under it. The moment that original surface is gone, the value collapses. Instantly. Permanently. This is why professional grading is critical. Because to most people, this looks like a dirty penny. To the right expert, it looks like a six-figure time capsule. Most 1954 with D pennies never survived like this. They were spent, scratched, corroded, or polished to death until they looked nice and became worthless to serious collectors. The number that still exists with original, dark, untouched surfaces is frighteningly small. Collectors know that. They don't chase these loudly. They wait. They watch. They hold money for years. And when one finally appears, the room doesn't get excited. It gets focused. Bidding starts calm, almost polite. Then, someone realizes what they're about to lose, and suddenly the numbers start climbing faster than anyone planned. Because everyone in that room knows the same thing. Another one might not show up for a very long time. And when it's right, when it's real, when it's original, this coin has reached around $140,000. For a penny. For something people still spend. For something that could be sitting in your house right now, looking ugly, dark, and worthless. That's not just money. That's hidden wealth. That's a silent fortune. That's the kind of coin that changes a life while pretending to be nothing. So here's what you do. First, check for 1954 and the D mint mark. Second, do not be afraid of dark, black, or strange surfaces. Third, do not clean it. Ever. Fourth, if you think you found something real, get it professionally graded and slow down. Because patience is how collectors win, and rushing is how miracles get destroyed. And do not spend this coin. Most people miss this. They always have. And don't get comfortable, because the next coin is even rarer, even more controversial, and so dangerous to ignore that compared to it, this one feels almost safe. Next up, this is the one that doesn't look scary. It doesn't look ugly. It doesn't look cursed or burned or strange. And that's exactly why it's the most dangerous coin in this entire video. Because this is the kind of penny that looks normal, spendable, safe. The kind of coin that quietly slides across a counter and takes $300,000 with it. Somewhere, someone has already done that today. The year is 1928, and this is not a calm year in American history. The country is standing on the edge of something it doesn't see yet. The economy looks strong on the surface, but underneath, it's tight, fragile, overextended. 1 year later, everything collapses. The Great Depression begins. Money changes meaning. Survival changes meaning. And coins from just before that fall come from a world that no longer exists. This one came from Denver. Look under the date. That small d is not small at all. It's the difference between old penny and museum-level money. On the front, Lincoln looks sharp, proud, almost too confident for what's about to happen to the country. The details in his hair, his coat, his face, they're still there on the right examples. On the back, the 2 wheat stalks frame 1 cent, like a goodbye from an era that's about to vanish. This is not just a coin. This is a moment frozen in metal. And that metal matters. This penny is mostly copper from the heavy, honest era. It has real presence in your hand. About 3.11 grams in weight. Roughly 19 millimeters in diameter. Around 1.5 millimeters thick. Thin, small, easy to overlook. But it doesn't feel cheap. It feels serious. Now here's the part that changes everything. In 1928, the mint was not thinking about collectors. It was thinking about output, speed, volume. And Denver did not produce these in massive numbers compared to other years. Then the Depression hit. Coins vanished from circulation. People hoarded. People melted. People spent what they had to survive. And over time, the supply of high-quality survivors got absolutely destroyed. That's why finding a 1928 with D in very fine original condition is not normal. It's rare. It's shocking. It's the kind of thing serious collectors don't expect to see. And when one does appear, the behavior is different. This isn't casual bidding. This is controlled aggression. These are people who already own incredible collections. People who don't need more coins. But they need this one. Because you can't just replace it. You can't just wait a few months and get another. Sometimes years go by without the right example showing up. And this is where people ruin their lives by trying to be helpful. Listen to this and don't forget it. Never clean this coin. Not even a little. Not even carefully. Not even just to brighten it up. Cleaning doesn't improve it. It destroys it. It wipes out the original surface. It kills the history. It turns a 6-figure miracle into a sad story. This is why professional grading is critical. Because the difference between very fine and original and ruined can be one bad decision. Collectors care about the skin of the coin, the honest wear, the natural color, the untouched surfaces. They don't want fake beauty. They want truth. And when the truth is right, this coin has reached around $300,000. For a penny. For something that still fits in your pocket. For something someone, somewhere, might be about to spend on coffee. That's not just money. That's hidden wealth. That's a silent fortune. That's the kind of coin that changes families, not just bank accounts. So here's what you do. First, check for 1928 and the D mint mark. Second, look closely at the condition, sharp details, honest wear, original surfaces. Third, do not clean it. Ever. Fourth, if you think you found something real, get it professionally graded and slow down. Because patience is how 6 figures are born. And say it with me, do not spend this coin. Most people miss this. They always have. Think about what you just saw. 5 pennies. 5 coins that look ordinary. 5 chances at hidden wealth that people are throwing away every single day. A silent fortune in drawers, in jars, in pockets, in old boxes nobody checks. This is not fiction. This is happening right now. Tonight, don't scroll. Don't guess. Check your coins. And remember, the most expensive mistakes in life are usually the smallest. And if you think these were crazy, the next video is going to feel illegal. Because the next coins we're exposing are so rare, so misunderstood, and so dangerous to ignore that compared to them, these look like warm-up acts. Warm up. Stay with this channel, because the next one might be the one that changes your life.